Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to learn some basic circle terminologies and the first circle theorem, that is angle at the center of circle theorem, its proof, few simple examples along with an exam style question. So let us start with the circle terminologies first. Now circle is a two-dimensional geometric shape and it is made up of a set of points which are at equal distance from a point. Now the point which is at the center of the circle is called its center. Now this boundary or outline of the circle is called as the circumference or the perimeter of the circle. Now if we draw a line from the center of the circle to the circumference of the circle, we call this as the radius. And if we draw a line starting from one of the points on the circumference, passing through the center of the circle and connecting this line to the opposite side of the circle on the circumference of the circle, we call this as the diameter. The diameter has to pass through the center of the circle, and this diameter divides the circle into two equal halves. So half of the circle is called as the semicircle. Now the entire region within the circumference of the circle or within the perimeter of the circle is called as the area of the circle. Now chord is a line which connects 2 points on a circle. So for example, a chord can be drawn this way or a chord can be drawn this way. So we can see that it connects 2 points on the circumference of the circle. The chord can be drawn this way. When we draw a chord, it divides the entire circumference of the circle into two parts. So this becomes the minor arc, the small arc, and this becomes the major arc. And the chord also divides the entire circle into two segments. One is the small segment called as the minor segment, and the larger part is called as the major segment. Now the next term is finding isosceles triangles within the circle. Now in some of the circle theorem questions, you'll find isosceles triangles. Now here, if we draw a radius from the center of the circle, connecting one point of the chord this way, and if we draw another radius connecting the other point on the chord this way, then this represents an isosceles triangle because the length of the radius of the same circle stays the same. So the two lengths within this triangle will be equal, making this an isosceles triangle. Moving on to the next terminology, that is sector. Now let us draw two radius from the center of the circle this way. Now this represents the sector, which looks like a piece of pizza. Now the small area of the sector is called as the minor sector, and this larger area is called as the major sector. Then we have tangent. Tangent is a straight line passing through one point on the circle. So remember that tangent has to just touch one point on a circle and breeze away this way. And finally, we have secant. Now, secant is any line which passes through the circle. That is, it cuts the circle at 2 points. But this is not the same as the chord because chord is a finite line segment within the circle. But secant is an infinite line which just passes through the inside of the circle, cutting it at 2 points. So this is secant, this is a chord, and this is a tangent. Now, once we have understood all these terms, let us start with the first circle theorem and its proof. So the first theorem is angle at center theorem. So we have to prove that the angle subtended or made at the center of the circle is twice the angle made at the circumference of the circle. So here we have drawn a circle with 3 points on the circumference of the circle, that is A, B and C, and the center of the circle is marked as O. Now let us make an angle from the points A and B to the center of the circle this way. Now the same 2 points A and B are going to make an angle at point C, that is on the circumference of the circle this way. Now here under this theorem we need to prove that the angle made at the center, that is angle AOB, is 2 times the angle made at the circumference of the circle, that is angle ACB, that is this angle. Now let us begin by a small construction, that is we are going to draw a straight line passing through the points C and O this way, and let us extend it till it reaches the point D. Now here we can see that we have formed two isosceles triangles, that is triangle AOC and triangle BOC. And these two are going to be isosceles triangles because if we consider the triangle AOC, we can see that the length of OC will be same as the length of OA because both are the radius of the same circle. So the length of two sides of this triangle AOC are same, making this an isosceles triangle. Similarly, if we consider the triangle BOC, the length of OC will be equal to the length of OB because both are the radius of the same circle. And since the length of two sides of this triangle are same, triangle BOC will act as an isosceles triangle. Let us start with the proof now. Now let us consider angle OCA as X and angle OCB as Y, that is general angles chosen. And let us now consider the triangle AOC. Now since we know that the triangle AOC is an isosceles triangle, if we have considered angle OCA as x degrees, then angle OAC also becomes x degrees. So here we have written angle OAC is equal to x since triangle AOC is an isosceles triangle. Now let us find out the angle AOC by using the angle sum property of the triangle. So angle OCA plus angle OAC plus angle AOC is equal to 180 degrees. That is angle sum property of triangle. And since we have got these two angles as x, we have written x plus angle AOC is equal to 180 degree. Now x plus x we get it as 2x, and taking this on the other side of equal to sign, we get the angle AOC as 180 minus 2x. And let us consider this as equation 1. Now let us consider the straight line we had drawn, that is COD. And we know that the angle on a straight line is going to be 180 degree. And this straight line COD is made up of two angles, that is AOD and AOC. So here we have written angle AOD will be equal to 180 degrees minus angle AOC because COD is a straight line and the angle sum of line is 180 degrees. Now we have got the value of angle AOC. So here 180 minus 2x, that is from equation 1. Now let us expand the bracket. So we get 180 minus 180. Now minus of minus gives us plus 2x. Now 180 minus 180, these both add together to give us 0, giving us the value of AOD, that is this angle, as 2x. Now once we have got this, we are going to use exactly same steps for the triangle BOC and find out this angle BOD. So I have considered the same figure over here for easy reference. Now here, since we have considered angle OCB as y, and triangle BOC is an isosceles triangle, angle OBC also becomes y. So once we have got these two angles, using the angle sum property of the triangle, we are going to find angle BOC, that is y plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degree. So y plus y gives us 2y, and taking it on the other side of equal to sign, we get angle BOC as 180 minus 2y. So this is going to be equation 2. Now again, considering the straight line COD, we are going to find out angle BOD by subtracting angle BOC from 180 degree. So here 180 minus angle BOC is going to be 180 minus 2y. Expanding the bracket, we get 180 minus 180. Minus of minus gives us plus 2y. Now 180 minus 180 gives us 0, giving us the value of angle BOD as 2y. Now here we can see that angle ACB is equal to the sum of x and y. So angle ACB, that is angle on the circumference of the circle, is equal to x plus y. And angle at the center of the circle is going to be angle AOD plus angle BOD. So the total angle AOB is equal to angle AOD, we got it as 2x, and angle BOD as 2y. So we get 2x plus 2y. Now let us factorize this, that is we can take 2 as a common factor, giving us 2 times x plus y. But x plus y was angle ACB, that was the angle on the circumference of the circle. So we have proved that the angle at the center of the circle, that is AOB, is equal to 2 times the angle at the circumference of the circle. So this is the proof of the first theorem. Now this is one of the most important circle theorems because it acts as a foundation for proving other circle theorems. With this, let us start with some examples now. This is the first example. Now in this figure, points A and B form an angle at the center of the circle at point O, that is 140 degrees. And the same two points make an angle at point C, that is on the circumference of the circle. So basically A and B divides the circle into two segments, that is this is the minor segment and this is the major segment. And we can see that the angle at the center and the angle at the circumference of the circle, they both are made in the major segment. So here we are going to use angle at the center theorem. That is, angle at the center is 2 times the angle at the circumference. Angle at the center is 140. So we get 140 degrees is equal to 2 times angle ACB, that is angle at the circumference. Now dividing both the sides by 2, we get the angle at the circumference, that is x, as 70 degrees. So this is our answer. Now let us solve the second example. This is the second example. So you can pause the video and give it a try. Now here, these 2 points are on the circumference of the circle, and these 2 points make an angle at the center of the circle, that is x, and the same 2 points make an angle on the circumference of the circle, that is 50. Now angle at the center and the angle at the circumference are made in the same segment. So now we are going to use the angle at the center theorem. Now angle at the center is x is equal to 2 times angle at the circumference is 50 degrees. So angle at the center, that is x, will be equal to 2 times 50, that is 100 degrees. So this is our answer. Now the next question is an exam styled question. Now in this figure we need to find out the value of angle x and y. So you can pause the video and give it a try. So let us first consider these 2 points, that is A and B. Now these 2 points make an angle at the center of the circle at point O, and the same 2 points make an angle at the circumference of the circle at point C. And we can see that these 2 angles are pointing towards the major segment. So we are going to use angle at the center theorem now. So angle at the center is equal to 2 times angle at the circumference. Angle at the center, we have it as angle AOB is equal to 2 times angle ACB. Now angle AOB is 130 degrees is equal to 2 times angle ACB. Now let us divide both the sides by 2. So we get angle at the circumference, that is angle ACB, as 65 degrees. So we have got the value of x now. Now let us try to find out y. Now since y is also made at the circumference of the circle, let us consider the points A and B. So these 2 points make an angle at the center of the circle at point O, and these 2 points make an angle at the circumference of the circle at point D. But now we can see that the angle O is made in the major segment and angle D is made in the minor segment. Since both of these angles are made in different segments, we need to find out the reflex angle of the center. That is, we are going to subtract 130 degrees from 360 degrees, that is angle at a point. So here we have written reflex angle AOB is equal to 360 minus 130, giving us 230 degrees. Now once we have got the reflex angle AOB, we can see that these 2 angles are pointing towards the minor segment. So we are going to use the angle at the center theorem. So reflex angle AOB, that is the central angle, is equal to 2 times angle at the circumference, that is angle ADB, which is y. So reflex angle AOB is 230 is equal to 2 times angle ADB. Now dividing both the sides by 2, we get the angle at the circumference as 115 degrees. So this is our answer. So remember this concept. If the angles are made in the same segment, that is the center angle and the circumference angle, we do not have to find out the reflex angle. But if the angle at the center and angle at the circumference, they both are pointing towards the opposite segments, then we need to find out the reflex angle of the center. I hope you have understood all the steps and liked the video. And if you found this video useful, then check out this playlist where you'll find more examples of this kind. And you'll find the other circle theorems in this playlist. And if you found this video useful, then like, share and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching.